What's up, you guys? I'm Cullum Costello. Welcome to the channel. Today's video, we'll be talking about CLEANSPARK news. We'll also talk about my theory why I think this is such a long-term hold, it's not even funny. So you're gonna want to hear that. With that being said, you guys, I'm not a financial advisor, and these are for fun educational purposes only, so please do your own research. Recently, it's been tough times in the market, but I try not to let it get me down. You know, the other day I woke up, I opened up my portfolio, and it felt like... Then I realized, wait a second. Opportunity? I'll be there. The opportunity was this. CLEANSPARK had fallen well under $8, and to some that meant run for the hills. To others that meant it's on sale, buy more. So if you're still holding and you held through this dip, or you bought this dip, smash that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. This is the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle and battery electric vehicle cumulative sales from the last 10 years. What does that have to do with CLEANSPARK, you say? Well, microgrids will play a huge part in the electric vehicle revolution. So when I saw that CLEANSPARK announced 2 new EV contracts through Grid Fabric, I was pretty excited about it. The 2 contracts were great news, but that is not the purpose of this video. Let's look at why I think this is only just the beginning for CLEANSPARK. Start with a homeowner buying an EV and a charger. Now they have to ensure that the electrical service has enough power for this. They have to increase the load center by adding more amperes. The local utility company may need to upgrade the pole since everyone's been keeping up with the Joneses and buying EVs in the neighborhood. These utility changes can be scheduled months out, and suddenly on-site energy or a microgrid sounds pretty appealing since no utility change would be needed. As time goes on, more and more EVs hit the road, more and more opportunities for CLEANSPARK. But that's not it. Let's think a little bit bigger than that. So I see articles like this and it gets me thinking, large companies like this will have multiple vehicles or large fleets that require multiple charging stations. Companies like Amazon, Walmart, US Foods, Coca-Cola, Cisco, Pepsi, the list goes on. They'll also have parking garages with roofs, which would be a perfect spot for microgrids. Wait a second, who sells microgrids? CLEANSPARK. When these large businesses go buy a bunch of these EV vehicles and realize that the demand for the scope of work for utility change could take a long time, this could deter EV sales. So the EV companies have also been offering microgrids as a charging package for these companies. Now, what I'd like to offer is if you guys haven't joined the family yet, then here's the opportunity to hit that subscribe button down below. Now that we've got that out of the way and you've subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos, we'll talk about another couple reasons why I really love CLEANSPARK. Electrifying public transportation. You guys, with more and more states trying to become carbon neutral and making it mandatory to use electric vehicles for public transportation, this is a no-brainer. The more and more the demand on our electrical grid, the more and more microgrids we're going to need. CLEANSPARK's going to come out a big player in this industry. You guys, next I'd like to talk about port authorities. Airport authorities such as New York and New Jersey have electrification and carbon emission reduction goals. As part of their efforts to achieve a 35% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2025 and an 80% reduction by 2050, they're in the process of electrifying 100% of their airport shuttle buses and 50% of their light-duty vehicles by 2025. Now, there's 3 key points to my next argument why I think microgrids will become a necessity. Location, location, and location. What does location have to do with it? Well, let's say there's a remote highway at the end of a utility line. So this is in need of a charging station. They can either A, build new infrastructure consisting of poles and wires, or B, install a microgrid. To build new infrastructure, utilities must seek regulatory approval. State commissions are increasingly skeptical about utilities adding centralized power to the system. They want to see more and more distributed green energy put in place. Installing microgrids provides lower carbon electricity than the traditional grid, and it helps achieve these goals. So, how do we get all this electricity in the first place? About 65% of our electricity comes from burning fossil fuels or coal, natural gas, and oil, as this is the most reliable electricity for our well-being. So with about 65% of our electricity being made burning these fossil fuels, how does it make sense that being cleaner and greener would be to put electric vehicles on the road? The only thing that makes sense to me is microgrids. Of course, the demand for all these electric vehicles and these charging stations, especially once we get faster and faster chargers and they demand more and more electricity, the traditional grid could not even handle this demand. In my opinion, the only solution for this situation is microgrids. It's the only thing that makes sense. Thus, CleanSpark having all the puzzle pieces such as the software and the hardware to make this happen, in my opinion, is the company to be in. Recently, CleanSpark's had a dramatic drop in price, so this promotes a buying opportunity. If you guys haven't got into this one yet, you might want to think about it. Let's take a look at the chart and we'll see where I think it could fall to or where there's some resistance and support levels. Here's a 1-year chart for CleanSpark, and that blue line that I drew right there, that's about the next level of support. I'm not saying it'll fall to that level, but it could. It's around $5.20, give or take a few. Now, I've been buying CleanSpark anywhere under $8 as I love CleanSpark for the future. I think it's a great long-term company. So if it did happen to fall to anywhere farther than it has, I'd be buying it more heavily than I have been. So this is just my opinion once again, but if you're looking to buy CleanSpark recently, there's been some great deals on it. And while we're on the subject of buying CleanSpark, with all the fear and volatility in the market lately, I've been selling put options to buy my shares of CleanSpark. I sell put options at a price that I'd love to buy the shares at, and people pay me a premium for giving them the option to put their shares onto me for this price. If you guys would like to learn more about selling put options, as it's a great passive income strategy, there's a card up above. You can click that. Or you can click down into the description and I'll put a link for a video. It's a slower paced video. It will help you out. So with that being said, you guys, I want to hear what you think about CleanSpark. Let me know if you own some, or just let me know a favorite stock of yours. You guys, I love hearing from each and every one of you, and I very much appreciate all of you that have liked and subscribed. Also, people that share the videos, anything helps. We're a young channel and we really appreciate the support. So I just want to say thank you very much. Now, till next time, you guys, I'm Cullum Costello. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, tap that thumbs up, and go out and get money.